Crazy, recent, scientific discoveries. With all the negativity in the news of late, such as the Charlottesville marches, the prospect of North Korean conflict, and the impending end of Game of Thrones Season 6, it can be easy to forget that mankind is still making great progress on a number of different fronts. For example, did you know that we're now one step closer to interstellar travel? And that we also know where all the animals came from. Yeah, literally all of the animals. So let's find out what we just found out in our list of crazy recent scientific discoveries. Number 6. Interstellar spaceships. In late July, mankind took its first tentative steps towards becoming an interstellar species, with breakthrough initiatives launching of a prototype spacecraft capable of traveling to another star system. These spacecraft, known as sprites, are just 3.5 centimeters wide and weigh around 4 grams. Their design has been in development for over a decade, but now a workable model has finally been created. And the plan is to create thousands of these little dudes and shoot them to Alpha Centauri using lasers. If this technology works as we think it should, these bite-sized spaceships will travel at 37,000 miles an hour, taking 20 to 30 years to reach Alpha Centauri, and 4 years to tell Earth what funky business is lurking there. The operation is part of a project called Breakthrough Starshot, a multi-billion-dollar venture backed by venture capitalist Yuri Milner, Professor Stephen Hawking, and future President Mark Zuckerberg. The project's aim is to launch a fleet of sprites in the year 2035, and a major hurdle towards this goal was overcome with July's successful splurge of 6 of these lightweight nanocraft into low Earth orbit, where they remain at the time of writing. Further prototype launches are scheduled imminently, and when future missions do come to reach Alpha Centauri, they will look back at this moment as an important step in mankind's exploration of the cosmos. Or they'll see it as that time we threw a bunch of garbage into orbit. Depends how it works out, really. Number 5. The origin of animals. Until around 650 million years ago, our planet was home to nothing but simple bacteria. Then, complex life evolved. And out of that, every animal you know, love, and hate came to be. So who made all the animals? God? Aliens? A many-tentacled alien god? No, it was these guys. Algae. New research published in the journal Nature has revealed that algae, the first form of complex life, came into existence after a series of events created the perfect conditions for them to thrive. Around 700 million years ago, the Earth was a giant snowball covered in vast glaciers. These glaciers ground huge mountains down into dust, releasing vital life-sustaining nutrients such as phosphates in the process. When the ice melted, these nutrients were washed into the ocean, with the newly warmed climate and delicious ocean waters combining to allow the development of algae. The bacteria, which dominated the oceans, were pushed out by these new complex life forms. And from this base, even more complicated organisms were able to develop. So the only reason we have horses, frogs, chihuahuas, and stink beetles today is thanks to giant ice cubes, mountain dust, and sea gunk. Number 4. Goldfish get drunk in winter. The evolution of simple bacterial life into complex organisms is one thing, but even more impressive is the ability of goldfish to get themselves drunk by carb-loading. For a long time, scientists have been curious as to how goldfish survive in frigid, ice-covered, oxygen-deficient lakes. However, a group of researchers led by Dr. Michael Barenbrink from Liverpool University have discovered that goldfish living in such conditions have developed an evolutionary solution to this problem. In the absence of oxygen, the carbohydrates consumed by goldfish produce lactic acid. This acid should kill them. But instead, goldfish have evolved a secondary set of proteins which convert lactic acid into alcohol, which they then expel through their gills. This backup measure is activated when oxygen is sparse, giving the goldfish extra time to wait for the ice above them to thaw. In the meantime, these goldfish have a major buzz going on. When measured in the wild, many goldfish had a blood alcohol level equivalent to the Scottish drink drive limit, and in what can only be described as a complete dereliction of his moral duties, Dr. Berenbrink calculated that to produce booze from an oxygen-starved goldfish trapped in a glass of water, you'd need to keep it there for 200 days to make a 4% alcoholic beverage. Meh, I bet it still tastes better than a Bud Light. Number 3. The cure to peanut allergy is peanuts. Please, for the love of God, listen to the rest of this entry before shoving a heap of dry roasted down your allergic kid's throat. The truth behind this headline is that allergy researchers have discovered that a peanut protein, when combined with a probiotic, can help reduce children's sensitivity to peanuts if administered orally over 18 months. The researchers were led by Professor Mimi Tang, which sounds like a character from a mildly racist Asian porno flick. And they found that around 80% of children could tolerate peanuts and show no signs of allergic symptoms 4 years after their 18-month dose. 70% of children showed 0 side effects and could eat as many peanuts as they wanted. But my question is, what happened to the remaining 20 and 30%? Sorry, kids, you died for a worthy cause, so some other jerk kid can enjoy a Snickers while you choke to death on your own expanded neck flesh. Number 2. A potential cure for the common cold. If anyone's planning on taking a sick day soon, I'd get to it right away. At the beginning of August, scientists at Edinburgh Napier University reported the development of a potential treatment for the common cold, a virus which is known scientifically as the rhinovirus. Whoa, did anyone else not know that? Next time I pull a sickie, I'm definitely referring to myself as being laid low with rhinovirus. That sounds badass. The new treatment is based on something called antimicrobial peptides, and it aims to increase the body's natural response to rhinovirus and help it fight off the infection naturally. To do this, the team used synthesized peptides found in pigs and sheep, which successfully challenged the rhinovirus when they were sent to fight its presence in a batch of lung cells. This research also has the potential to help us fight ever more resistant forms of influenza too. Although, the eventual outcome from this kind of treatment tends to be the development of superviruses. And since I've only just found out that the common cold is called rhinovirus, I don't think I'm ready for a more vicious upgrade: scorpion shark commitment virus. Number 1. Antarctic volcanoes. What would you expect to find if you searched deep beneath a giant Antarctic ice sheet? Dinosaurs? Aliens? A German bunker? Climate change deniers furiously grasping onto the ice sheet to pretend it isn't collapsing into oblivion? All of these are good answers, but the actual thing actual scientists actually discovered last month under the actual West Antarctic ice sheet was a total of 91 subglacial volcanoes, which together comprise the largest volcanic region on planet Earth. The tallest volcano discovered by the research team based out of Edinburgh University stands at 4,000 meters tall, which is approximately the height of 4,000 1-meter-tall children standing on top of each other. I say approximately. It's hard to make those lazy little jerks stay upright for more than 5 minutes, unless you give them a good whipping. The bad news is that the eruption of these volcanoes could contribute to climate change by melting more sea ice and dumping it into the ocean. The good news is that we don't yet know how active these volcanoes are, so whether a major climate catastrophe happens or not is an exciting mystery whose answer we must wait to find out. Or maybe we won't, if artificial intelligence murders us all before the ice shelf even drops an inch. The advent of a super smart AI bot is one of several other recent discoveries we're going to talk about in our bonus video. More crazy recent discoveries, which you can watch in our Patreon page at patreon.com/strangemysteries. For a $2 a month pledge, which you can cancel at any time, you'll get to watch this and all of our bonus content, which goes deeper and darker into every topic than YouTube allows. If you don't want to donate, then that's bull.
We know you wanted more. Strange Mysteries on YouTube and our Patreon bonus videos weren't enough to quench your search for truth, to give you that sense of awe and wonder again, to go past what you thought was the end, to give you the answers you seek, but which only lead to more questions. That's why we just upped the stakes. Chemicals of Reality. reality, consciousness, brains. What else is there? Ask yourself that question. Perhaps that's all there really is, but perhaps everything else is found within a place where these ideas, these things, overlap. Some thing, some place that is undefinable. To many people, altering certain chemicals in their brains produces what they would simply call hallucinations. In fact, what we're going to discuss specifically used to be called the businessman's trip, as one could enjoy it. Come down and put your pants back on in the time it takes to eat lunch. It wasn't taken seriously, well, unless of course you started digging. And some people, including us, did. Already though, to many people, this chemical is special amongst others. Very special. To them, it represents something more meaningful and incredible, as if it's the gateway to the next level of consciousness. The ticket to a higher reality barely explored by most humans. It is the entry point to a new reality, visited by only a select few, whose minds have become enlightened through the use of this exotic substance. For this reason, it's commonly referred to as the spirit molecule. But is its reputation as a mystical mind-opener deserved? Or is it, and everything it represents, just a load of bullshit? We look at, investigate, and dive deeply into nearly all available research regarding this question, from nearly every angle feasible. And in the course of doing so, stumble upon unexplainable patterns, correlations, and neurological evidence for a reality existing beyond this one. Watch this hour-long Strange Mysteries premium video, Chemicals of Reality, as well as many more to come by becoming an elite premium member of our Patreon at patreon.com/strangemysteries.